Kawhi's the best player.
So I love Kawhi. So I think Giannis is. I do. I think the Greek Freak is the best player in the East. But I've liked Kawhi ever since you talked about the Spurs beating the Heat. I like Kawhi ever since that series because he locked down LeBron.
I don't know. That's tough. I don't know the answer to that.
Kyrie.
No, absolutely not.
Kyrie Irving.
I think it's between those two, but I'm not sure who gets the nod there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Greek Freak.
I mean, I just I like Kawhi. I think without him, I mean, the Raptors team is not even to this point.
Sure.
So I feel like
But you can say that with the Bucks too, right?
I mean, it's close. It's close. But and I've been a big fan of Kawhi also ever since that Spurs series.
Yeah. He's very
taking down LeBron in the Heat. Yeah, taking down the heels.
The Heatles.
Use an old wrestling term. So I think the Bucks again are going to win the East. I think it's going to be Bucks and Warriors in the finals. But again, I don't see anybody beating the Warriors in 4 games out of 7. I don't think it can happen.
I don't see how it happens.
Yeah.
No, I got I think Warriors sweep tonight. I think Bucks end up beating I think they didn't win the Raptors series maybe 4-2, something like that, and I think the Warriors probably end up beating the Bucks 4-2. 4-2, 4-1. I don't think it'll be a sweep, but probably 4-1, 4-2, something like that.
Is this with or without KD?
Finals with KD.
If KD doesn't come back, do they still win?
Yeah, 4-2.
Yeah.
4-2.
I like that. I agree.
Yeah,
KD's
I
been
think
lights
the Bucks
out.
have more of a chance if KD doesn't come back.
Sure.
But I still think they'll find a way to get it done.
Yeah.
We mentioned wrestling. We're both big Ric Flair fans. Just want to send a shout out to the Nature Boy. Had his procedure on his heart today. It was announced that he pulled out of StarCast, which is happening in Vegas this weekend. There were some tweets out there last week on Thursday that the Nature Boy had actually passed away. Those were untrue. He's still alive. Ric Flair kicks out again, just like he's been doing for 70 years. So
at the 2 3/4 count, like the 3 counts coming down, Flair's back to life.
Yeah,
He's gonna live forever.
Do want to talk a little bit here about longboards. They're coming on as a new sponsor for the show with our new format and everything. So make sure you check out one of the 5 locations that Longboards has. One is right here located inside the Hy-Vee Arena, 1800 Genesee Street. One at 6269 North Oak Traffic Way in Kansas City, Missouri. 1173 West Kansas Street in Liberty, Missouri. 5415 Johnson Drive in Mission, Kansas. 506 Southeast Missouri 291 Highway in Lee Summit, and 106 South 7th Street in St. Joe. So that's actually 6 locations that Longboards has in the metro area for you to go check out and get some good food.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So we like to thank Longboards and welcome them on to the Midwest Mike Show. So how far, we've come a little bit. You were our first ever guest on the show. We're recording in a small office there at Shawnee East, and here we are inside the Hy-Vee Arena, the UClick Studios.
Big time.
I don't know about big time, but we're trying to get there. Also we've been doing the Kansas City Titan games, play-by-play and color commentary that will air on KSMO. One of those games will air this Friday night, May 24th at 8 p.m. It will be their game versus St. Louis Slam that happened on May 11th, live from Truman High School out there in Independence. But tune in and check out the Titans and hear our work on the play-by-play. The head coach of the Titans, Leonard Bullock, is a guy you've worked with. And I think you guys might be working together again, right?
Possibilities. Got some things in the works.
Yeah, I got some things in the works. Would love to see Coach Bullock come over there and help you guys. You got a pretty good staff over there, Van Horn, pretty good assistants, you put together over the last few years. What was if you can remember back, what was the hardest thing about when you first got the head coaching job? Was it putting together your staff? Was it working on the culture? What was that? What was the most challenging piece?
A a lot of my staff, when I first got the job at Van Horn, came with me. There were guys that I already knew. And, I tell people all the time, I've got the best staff, and part of the reason I feel like I have the best staff because these are guys that are family. So, I think my staff over the last few years has evolved and gotten better, but I don't think that was a huge problem because we already had those relationships coming into that job. I think the biggest piece is just kind of the culture. I'm big on culture, and you said it.
There's that word again.
Yeah, my guy at Oregon, I can't think of his name right now, Chip Kelly. When he was at Oregon, he said culture wins games. And once I heard that quote, it just kind of blew my mind because it represented everything that I wanted to be as a head coach. So I think changing the culture was our biggest thing. And it's not just football, just in the building where I'm at, just changing the mindset of achievement and excelling. So I think that was the biggest thing. I think, me getting along with adults has never been a problem, and kind of understanding how my staff works and gets along. I'm not a micromanager, so I give those guys leeway to do what they do. And, I trust them. I wouldn't have brought them on if I didn't trust them. So, I think in the building, day-to-day operations has probably been the toughest part of, changing that program.
Yeah, and that's another thing I've learned as an assistant over the years is I can't work for a micromanager. I can't work for a guy who's going to tell me exactly how to coach my position.
Right.
I understand, as a defensive line coach, that there are certain things that the coordinator is going to want taught. Mm-hmm. There are certain things that the head coach is going to want taught. But, as far as the day-to-day and what exact drills to do and how to do them and, exactly what to say, you got to give a guy a chance to do it himself and figure that out.
So that all comes down to trust. Yeah. And once you show those guys, like, hey, this is what I need you to get done. However you do it, you do it. But that's a trust thing. That's a trust between everybody. And that goes everywhere. Coaching staffs, workplace environment, friendship, whatever. If you got the trust there and you don't, you trust each other to get the job done, whatever you're doing. It's way better work environment. So I think it's awesome you guys had that chemistry. And maybe bring Bullock in and it gets a little better.
Yeah. That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's it's a lot of fun being around kids and having them compete every day. Mm-hmm. The grind. People talk about the grind. I've worked for different guys. Some guys think that you have to go for 3.5 hours. Some guys think you can get it done in an hour and a half. You talked about your tempo in the weight room, tempo of practice. I know the better teams that I've been a part of, we don't necessarily go and say, hey, we're going to practice for 3 hours today. We're going to go, and these are the things we've got to get done today. And when those things are done, we can go home. Yeah. And, I know we do a lot at East where, during team and things, we teach off film. And not that we're not coaching on the run or coaching our kids up as we're going along, but when we get to team, it's like, hey, we're not going to take 10 minutes to fix every little thing. Mm-hmm. There's some things I can put on the film, and with technology the way it is now, it's so easy getting the film on Huddle, and then by the time I get home, I can sit down and watch the film and put my notes on there and send them directly to my guys that need to watch it. Mm-hmm. And then I can see, did they watch it or did they not? Right. And then when I talk to them the next day and hey, you watch that film? No. And I look on your Huddle, you've been on there for 0 minutes. Hey, why are you going to lie to me? Right. Just tell me. No, I didn't watch it. Yeah. So, and we both, we're coaching way back when we're watching film on VHS tape for, maybe some of these young kids don't even know what VHS tape is.
Hey, you were talking about being old earlier. Yeah, you're old.
Just dated yourself.
I remember that.
Yeah, some of these kids probably don't even know. And now, you can stream things basically live online and watch them as they're happening. Yep. With some of these other things. So, one more thing to get to here, kind of happened in some sports news today, or this weekend actually. I am a Cowboys fan. As you can see, I got my hat on. I'm going to throw it in there. We're going to talk about Ezekiel Elliott. He was detained. Some people were reporting that he was arrested. He was not arrested. He was simply detained. He did push a guy into a security barrier in Vegas at a music festival. Zeke's lawyer says that the security overreacted by cuffing him. And, it was just a minor disagreement between him and his girlfriend. A guy tried to step in, stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane.
Oh,
Okay. Don't get involved don't get involved in
Gross.
business that ain't yours. I mean, he wasn't putting hands on her. They're just having a little argument. If you haven't had an argument with your girl, you probably don't have one.
When's his contract year?
They're working on a long-term deal right now. And Stephen Jones came out today and said this weekend's incident will not affect his long-term deal. So I know you're not a Cowboys fan. You're a Chiefs fan. We went round and round about this for years. But, talk a little bit about Patty Mahomes.
What is there to say? He's on every commercial. He's the guy.
Oakley.
He's the guy.
The Oakley's going on.
Yeah, he's got Oakley. He's got every sponsorship.
Hold on, you were really fast to get off Zeke.
Oh, okay. Well, you got something to say then about Zeke?
So you say his behavior is like
It's acceptable.
top notch, totally good.
He's clear.
I'm not saying it's top notch, but he looked like he probably had a few cocktails during the day. He's at a music festival. He's off season. He's of age. Why not have a few cocktails? Some guy comes in, tries to tell him how to handle business with his woman.
So he shoves him
and he shoves him. I mean, come on. When you were 22, 23, 24 years old, you didn't make the best decisions either.
I don't know if I ever shoved a security guard.
Well, I don't know about that, but hey, he's young. He's had a few drinks.
I love it, man.
And he's out having a good time.
So it's acceptable, right? Right. Sounds like you're explaining it away.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's how I would act.
Actually,
or that's the perfect way to act, but it's not a big deal. It's not like he stood over him and beat him afterward.
So let's move on, right?
He didn't Kareem Hunt kick a hoe.
Oh, God.
We'll say this. I really hope that the Cowboys do move past this, and they give him the biggest running back contract in history, because that'll mean you're stuck in purgatory forever.
No matter what he does.
No matter what he does, you'll be stuck in purgatory. Jason Garrett will keep his job forever.
Hey, #fire Jason Garrett.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win 9 and 10 games every single year. You're gonna sign Dak to a big contract. And the Cowboys will stay 9 wins, 10 wins, maybe 11, forever. So I just want to put that in your brain.
Hey,
enjoy
as long as Jason Garrett's there, they're not gonna win a Super Bowl anyway.
So okay, I'm with you on that.
He's mediocre at best. Yeah, Jason Garrett, come on the show. Let me know. I'm looking right at you.
Hey,
I'll invite you on the show right now,
okay.
Jason Garrett.
All right,
come defend yourself.
So I wanted to give you a little crap about the Cowboys. Then we can move on. Patty Mahomes, yeah, top quarterback.
Yeah, Patty Mahomes, best quarterback, best young quarterback in the league right now, right?
Face of the league. He's on Madden.
Yeah.
He's on the cover of Madden. What?
Madden curse.
He can't do any wrong right
there's
now.
no Madden curse. Madden curse is broke. You know why? 28-3. Tom Brady. Tom Brady, 28-3.
Yeah, ketchup. Putting ketchup on a steak.
Everything.
Yeah, he's on ketchup now.
It doesn't knock him down because let's put it like this. He is so good and so nice and so likable that he can put ketchup on a steak and everyone's like,
It's acceptable, right?
That's all right. Nobody cares because he is that guy. He's that franchise guy. So we'll say this: with all the changes, we'll get Coach Harris's opinion. All the changes on the defense, right? They asked all the fans asked Veach, hey, we need a new defense. We need a new defensive coordinator. He basically did that, overhauled the whole defense, right?
Yep.
So far, our GM, whatever the fans are asking for most of the time, he's giving it to them, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think the Chiefs do this year? Because I know what my prediction is.
I saw something on Twitter, 13-3. I don't know if I'm going that high, but I don't see them missing a beat. I think there's going to be energy on the defensive side of the ball. I think offensively, depending on how the Tyreek Hill thing shakes out, I think they have just as many weapons on offense, and I don't see them falling off. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they would. I can't see it.
Yeah. So specifically, our first round. It was our first round pick or second round, whatever. The kid we got from Georgia,
wide receiver.
Same height,
Wide receiver.
same weight,
Yep.
not same speed, but
Similar, very similar.
So really, schematically,
no
we're running the same offense, right? I think the defense will be improved because I don't know if you can get worse than we were last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really bad against the run last year. A lot of people were questioning getting rid of D Ford and getting rid of Houston, but actually I saw Player Football Focus talk about them against the run. no bueno. They were not good against the run. Really great, elite pass rushers. But so the guys, the focus on some of the